Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Jordan here bringing you another YouTube video. Today's video we got episode 11 of our Calgary Flames franchise mode. Real quick, just want to start the video off by giving a huge thank you to everybody on Twitch. I hit 100 followers on Twitch yesterday. Pretty big achievement, just want to say thank you. And without further ado guys, let's just hop right into the video. So right away here, we're just going to give you guys a look at the lines again. You got Coronado, Medvedov, and Kempe. Huberto, Bork, McKenna. Then Ogren, Zari, and Neighbors with Hanzik, Backlund, and McQueen. And then the D pairings are Seen and Levshinov, Byram and Uyghur. And then Chatfield and Perek. And then we have Dustin, Wolf, and Hildeby to round it out. So in this video, we'll probably just go right up to the trade deadline. I think that makes the most sense. We should be a playoff team again. I just want to look at some contracts here. Yeah, Medvedov wants 10 mil, so we'll probably wait to offer him. Make sure he's actually going to be that type of player for us. But Levshinov only wants 6.4. I'm going to offer him 6.5, and I'm going to give him a modified no move and give him 75. Might have to up this money a little bit. So we'll go, yeah, 7 mil for 8 years with this modified and see if he accepts that. And then, yeah, those are the two big fish that need to be re-signed. And then Wolf and Hildeby. Wolf, again, we're probably going to move him. I'll wait till the trade deadline to do that. And then we have LaSalle we'll have to sign, and he'll be... It looks like he'll be ready to just jump right into the NHL next year. But yeah, we'll probably trade Wolf around the deadline if we cannot extend him after January 1st. I just don't want to lose him for nothing. And I don't want to be in a situation where we're caught looking in free agency for a goalie. I just think that's not going to be the best situation for us moving forward. Especially with, like, LaSalle's probably 2 or 3 years away from really being the elite goalie we know he's going to be. So if we trade Wolf and we get somebody who can just hold the in-between, that'd be perfect. So Wah thinks, looking at this roster, the team is good enough to compete for the cup. I kind of disagree, but I'll agree with him. And I'll end the conversation there. Not a big fan of the preseason stuff. But yeah, let's just get right into the season. We don't need to make any more trades. And there you go. Our number one defenseman locked up for 8 years now. He's the core on that back end. I'm excited. So he enthusiastically accepts. That's very nice. So finally, we get negotiations to go our way. We're not going to make any trades. We probably will wait until the deadline to make any moves. Bonebarm was just a day-to-day injury, so he should have stayed in. So, alright, 3-2 in the preseason so far. Can we end it on a good note? 4-2-1, alright, solid preseason. First game against the Rangers. That's a big 3-1 victory. Here we go, so 2-1 to start. That's a bad loss against Philly, but what can you do? And I think this year, like, we really want to take a step. Like, if our team is on paper good enough to compete for the Cups as the coach, we should hopefully make the second or third round. Long gone now need to be the tanking times. We need to be just pushing for a playoff spot every year, looking to compete. I personally don't see us having the best core to win the cup, but hey, who am I to argue with the coach? So we put a Hanzik up on the third line, and we'll let Cairns be the replacement. So yeah, not the start I would have expected, honestly. 4-5-1, 4-6-1. Ooh, 3 bad losses in a row. All right, we got to bounce back now. He said if the coach thinks we can win the cup on paper, then we need to at the very least make the playoffs. Again, I don't want to tank anymore. I think we've tanked enough. We have enough picks and prospects where, like, especially our decor is so young, minus Uyghur and Chatfield, like Perek, Barmarcin, and Levshinov are still young enough. If you look in our top 6, Bork is young enough, McKenna, Medvedov, Granado's only 24. So, like, we're youthful. Now these guys need experience, and we just need to be competing year in and year out. I don't want to have to do any more rebuilds or retools for 5 or 6 years at least. But we got to turn it around here. It's not a good start to the season. 7-9-1. We're 5th in the division. I mean, we'll have to take a look at the stats here once the sim stops. Yeah, 8-13-1. That's kind of unacceptable. And yeah, Dustin Wolf. This guy wanted almost $10 million this offseason. And he's 8 wins with an 891 and 360 goals against. Like, he's not the guy. Let's take a look at the in-depth stats quickly because we're going to have to make some line changes. So, Huberto and McKenna are leading the way offensively. Kempe, Medvedov, and Coronado. So that first line's not doing too great. Maverick, Bork should be doing better. And then the biggest thing, and it was obviously going to be a thing, is we don't have a defenseman that's as offensively gifted as Drysdale. But Hanzik, 10 points in 22 games, that's not bad. So yeah, we got to get some things switched up. The offense is just not good enough. And yeah, goaltending-wise, it's not good enough. McQueen's starting his rookie season off, 3 points in 22 games. I mean, he's a plus player, so I'll take that. He's only on the 4th line, no power play or anything. And yeah, we're 19th in the league in goals against, so it's the defense and even goals. Like, we're 2.82 goals per game. We're not scoring enough. So we're going to go back to this first line from last year. We'll move McKenna over to the left wing. And we'll let Coronado be on the second line right wing. I'm tempted to move Hanzik around at 10 points, but does he have those points from playing with Backlund? Is the thing. Backlund has 10 points as well. I think we're going to switch it up. We do not care so much about Connor Zary. We care about Ogren and Hanzik. Whichever one of these guys has better face-offs is going to play center. Okay, so Hanzik can play the center. Hold on, what if we move Backlund up? Okay, we'll try this. Defensively, we'll take a look quickly just at the plus-minus. So the first pairing's doing fine. The second pair, well, they're not doing terrible. It's the third pair that's really struggling. I think we're just going to hold off and see if the forward line changes make a big enough difference. So you just got to try to remember we were about 3.73 goals against and 2.82 goals for. And we'll have to just see if over the next month if those numbers improve. I really don't think we can afford to miss the playoffs. We've already struggled to bring guys in. If we just show now, make the playoff once and then miss again, it's going to be very difficult to get players to come here and get players to stay. Like, it was a battle to get Coronado to stay, and we couldn't convince Drysdale it was good enough to be here, so. Let's do head coach replace player. That's in the AHL. And look at this. Yeah, I don't know what's happening this year. I really don't know what to say. Like, on paper, we're a fantastic team. We should easily be a playoff team. And instead, we're losing 5 games in a row. Alright, so we'll get Dumoulin in the lineup. Perek's probably going to be traded. He's not... He had 14 points last year. It looks like he'll be lucky to hit 14 points this year. He's on that first power play line doing nothing. I'm going to switch that as well. And I'm going to look to move Prek probably at the trade deadline. I'll be interested to see what you guys think of that, but he doesn't fit the team. Doesn't fit the team, and he's not performing, so... No, sorry here, I'm trying to get Levshinov. Down here, let's try this, maybe. Oh, I need to switch that power play. Who was that guy that was injured? Coster? He's a defenseman? Okay. So we'll get him back in the lineup. Alright, so we'll switch this power play around. We'll get Levshinov up here on this first unit and see. He had the most points for defensemen, so maybe he can make something happen there. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 losses in a row. We're 9-17. I'm not even sure if we have our draft pick. I might have traded it. So yeah, if we don't have our first this year because I thought we were going to be a good team and we're not, this is bad. Hopefully Barnum coming back is a good thing. Levshinov was a -5. Or Dumoulin was a -5, sorry. Yeah, I'm not. We'll try these lines out. But yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on here. I really thought we'd be a better team than this. He must have been here where Klapko was. So we get Papasil back in the lineup. Even in the AHL, they don't seem like they're having too hot a season either. Okay, well, they're 17-8-2. They're doing fine. But yeah, 12-20. It looks like our season might be lost already. We'll have to go on a generational run to salvage things. Yeah, you can see the goals per game got slightly better. And same with the goals against. Everything's just slight better. So this is not going to work. I don't know what to do. I really thought we would take a huge step this year. I don't know why. Like 24 points in 35 games. Like, you're looking like you're going to do better. Like, you'll hit 60 points. Maverick Bork's having a good season statistically. I just don't know. Is our goalie really this bad? Like, Kempe's got 32 points. Medvenov's having a breakout season. He has 34 points. And Huberto, he's still producing like 33 points. Like, the offense seems like it's there. Like 15 points. So these guys didn't do too hot with the line changes. So we'll probably just switch things back. And just swap Ogren and Hanzik since they're both depth forwards and Hanzik is having a better year. And I think I'm ready to trade Dustin Wolf right now. I'm gonna take a look. We might end the video. This might be a shorter one. And then in the next video, we would just do the trade deadline in that video and just end the season. So this could be a shorter episode. Man, I really want to make the playoffs. This is just a huge bummer. So yeah, Dustin Wolf, you're going to be on the block now. Okay, we have our first. So that is a plus. Let's get Wolf out here. We're just going to go through all the teams in the league and look at their goalies. So they have Clara and Klang. That's not going to do us any good. Ravensburg and Swayman. Swayman's got that no move. Alright. It isn't looking too good in terms of goalies. Is that Petteri Rimpinen? Oh, he's already an 83 overall. That's insane. They got a few 83s. So far, it doesn't look like we're going to really make any improvements. There's not a team that has a spare goalie that's better than what we're already using. Because that's essentially, like, here we go. We could make a trade with Montreal for Dobesh. He's 85 overall, so the same overall. Oh, his numbers aren't good either. Alright. Okay, they want to get rid of Gustafsson. He signed for 2 more seasons after this one at similar money to Wolf. His numbers aren't great either. The Islanders are not a good team. That could be why his numbers are bad. So I would say so far the Islanders are probably our best bet. Linus Ullmark is a starting goalie. His morale is bad. Sorry about that. My dog just sneezed. But yeah, Linus Ullmark could be an option as well. He'd only be down in overall because of morale. Because, like, realistically, there's no upgrades to be had here. Most teams just have a starting goalie and a backup. And then there was the odd teams that have, 383 overall goalies, but that doesn't help us in it at all. So the league just looks like it's struggling for goaltending right now. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the trigger with the Islanders. I think, like, let me look at the Senators. Like, do I risk this? Because this is a big risk. He hasn't had good numbers at all. Then again, it's like no goalie in the league. We might have to, after this season, switch the what is it? Like the high scoringness of the league, because it looks like the goalies are really struggling because of that. I think we're just going to go ahead and pull the trigger on Gustafsson. We'll give them Wolf. And we'll see if we have some rookie skaters. I know we don't have too much. Yeah, we don't really have a lot. I would just be looking at a draft pick then. I don't want to trade any picks for this year. Maybe a third for next season. I feel like we win this trade if this goes through, because Gustafsson has 3 years left. He's only 29, so he fits the timeline of being able to be the starting goalie while we wait for LaSalle. And maybe both these guys just need a change of scenery. And this is about the only move I can see us making. Like, I will wait to give you guys a chance to give your input before I trade Parekh. But I also think that at least at the draft, like at the very latest, Parekh needs to be traded. He doesn't fit the team at all, and he's not performing either. And it sucks because I obviously touted this guy as like the future franchise defenseman, and then Jamie Drysdale happened and turned into Levshunov, and we have our scene, and Byram is still young, so Parekh is kind of like the odd man out, especially not fitting the team. So, like, I'll wait for what you guys think. At least give you guys a chance to give your input before we trade him. And then forward wise, like, what are we gonna trade? Kempe's got the no move modified no trade, and he's one of our best forwards. I think it'd be foolish to trade him. You could maybe capitalize on Coronado's value because he's still listed as a second line forward, but we fought tooth and nail to bring this guy back. I don't think we trade him yet. And Medvedov, you obviously don't trade him. You pray he grows to that first line center. Like, ideally, the future first line is Medvedov, Kempe, Coronado. And your second line would look like Huberdeau, Kempe, and then the next name up, right? I guess no, it would. We're hoping that McQueen grows. And we have Jacobson as well. I don't know. We're going to have to do some work. In between videos, off camera, I will send out our pro scouts to go scout all the top 9 forwards in the league, or like bottom 6 forwards, because that could be a thing. Is like we have chemistry in our top 6, but we just have no chemistry in the bottom 6. That could be why. Okay, they don't like the value being sent their way. Okay, well, I'll give you a 4th from this year. But I'll give you... Do you want any prospects? No. Berglund's top 9 high. I don't want to get rid of this guy if he can grow into something. And he kind of fits the 4th line. Remember, our AHL coach is very similar to Patrick Waugh. And that's about it. So, we could trade Robitaille. But then I need a pick back, because I need a chance to be able to replace that in my system. So you give me a 5th. Okay. I like that trade, and I will apologize. That is going to be a rare instance in this series and in future series of me making a trade without giving you guys the chance to input. I don't want to end the video yet. We're only about 22 minutes in. And a change needs to happen. We still have about another month or 2 of sim. So, yeah, something's got to change here. I hope that that's good enough. And I'm going to take a look now that it's January 1st at the contract situation. All expiring, so we can see Medvedov. Backlund wants a new deal. Like, we have only $6 million in cap space for next season. This is interesting. We're, like, overpaying guys really badly. Oh, yeah, that's right, Dumoulin. We're gonna have to try to trade him or buy him out, that's right. And then probably Backlund is, or not Backlund, sorry, Neighbors and Zari will be gone. Try to get some cheaper options. Do we think Medvedov will accept this 6.5 mil? Okay. He's not eligible for a clause. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait till we have money. I don't want to mess up the Medvedov deal. Alright, so we'll continue the simulation here. We're 12 and 20. We pretty much need like 8 or 9 wins. If we don't get those 8 or 9 wins, you can consider our season over. So we're 1 and 1. There we go. Come on, we need some momentum here, guys. We can't do this win-loss, win-loss. Oh, man. If we don't win out now from Minnesota on, our season's done. Wait, hold up. They just offered Logan Cooley for Mackenzie Weegar. Can we still do that? What's the... Am I dumb or do we do this trade? They want to get rid of Logan Cooley. They want Mackenzie Weegar. Our season is over. Logan Cooley has 3 years left. And then that affords us the opportunity to be able to move on from Kempe, possibly? Like, we could trade Kempe at the draft. And then that 10.9 million can go into Medvedov. And then you have I think this is a good trade. The only thing about Mackenzie Weegar is he's a very good defenseman for his cost. Like I think he's the most expensive blue liner. No, he's not. Dumoulin and Byron make more. But Dumoulin or Weegar is 34. I mean, I know I just said I don't want to make trades without giving you guys an input, and here I'm about to make back-to-back trades. If they do this 1-for-1, I'm honestly gonna just say yes. I feel like you guys wouldn't be too mad at me if I do this. This is a really good... Like, it does make us a little bit crappier on the back end, absolutely. But let's see. Logan Cooley is 23. He fits this group perfectly. He has 3 years left at a very reasonable cap hit for a top 6 forward. I don't know. I feel like this is dumb if I don't do this. Maybe we're gonna end the video here. We're not gonna do any more sim. Instead, we're gonna look at some trade finders. And let's see if we can't get a couple of trade options out here for some guys. Give you guys a chance to give your input. So yeah, 1-for-1. Weegar for Cooley. We don't want to trade for Rickard Rakell. And then let's look at Perek. I'm doing open block for these. So Foot, we traded him to Dallas, so no thank you. Arvidsson, and then Rakell. So I'm pretty sure we could get different trades for these guys. I don't want to trade away Bork. I will look at Jacobson though. But no, we don't want to make that trade. And then we can't even get a trade for Huberto. Can we find a trade? No assets found. If we look to trade Kempe. I'm going to end the video here. This season is not going how I expected, especially after making the playoffs last season. I really thought this would be a big step and we would maybe come first or second in the division and make the second or third round. Like, I'm not unrealistic to think that we are a cup contending team, but I don't think anyone can tell me we weren't a playoff team on paper. So where did it all go wrong? Gustafson's numbers are not the greatest. They're a little bit better than Dustin Wolf's, but they're not great. Let's see how many wins. He's 3-4. Hildeby's numbers are just awful this year, but he's not even really getting to play. And then, yeah, defensively, we just don't have the offensive defenseman. Jamie Drysdale not wanting to be here really screwed us. So we're going to take a look here at the player search. I'm going to player search for a right-handed offensive defenseman. I don't care about the role. I just want him to be offensive, and I would prefer he was right-handed. There's 61. Obviously, Makar, DuPont, Fox, Clark, Bouchard, that's not realistic. I mean, Drysdale's arguably not realistic. I don't want to pay $10 million. But, like, look at this guy. Like, 35 points in 42 games. This is exactly what we're missing. Hamilton, I would say, is probably a no-go at 34. Yeah. And then Sandin Pelka, even he's only 19 points. Like, where's the offense coming from? Let's see, do any of these guys put up numbers? No. This guy's playing in Laval even. So yeah, I don't know what we can do here. Hamilton was the only one gonna expire, but he signed a deal. Carlson's 85 overall, 38. He's gonna retire if anything. If Sandin Pelka looked like he was gonna actually perform offensively, I would say to trade for him. but it just doesn't look like he's going to. And 4 million or 5 million for 4 years, that's a reasonable contract. And yeah, there's just obviously no trading for Makar with the no move. Fox, we're never gonna get. Brant Clark is impossible to trade for. Like, we could maybe swing an Evan Bouchard, but that probably involves giving up Kempe at the very least. Like, you're gonna add Kemp, start a conversation? Well, at this point, we may as well see if he'll waive. Yeah, I hate this no move stuff. So we can't even trade Kempe. And it'd be pointless to try to trade him for somebody to trade for, because we're just going to lose all the value there. The Wild are 30 and 13, and we made trades with these guys. Rasmus Anderson, how's he doing? Not too bad in Minnesota. Yeah, this is just tough, guys. I'm not sure what to do. I don't know who we can trade for. Like, let's look at the draft class. Maybe somebody's coming up in this draft class, because it looks like we're going to be a top 5 or top 10 pick. So maybe we can get somebody in the draft. This feels like we're right back down to square one. Our scouts have not scouted anyone. Casey McKenna. Maybe we draft McKenna's brother. But yeah, honestly, guys, I'm just going to end the video here. We're 32 minutes. I feel like this is a good enough episode for you guys. I really did want to get to the trade deadline, but the trade deadline's kind of pointless for us. Like, I can keep simming, but we're just probably going to keep losing. And do we want to, like... I think we should try to retool the team. Like, if I was doing this offline, not for YouTube, my thing right now, I would try to trade Kempe and I would try to trade Uyghur. And then at the draft, I would trade assets that I got for them to replace them. So, like, try to tank the team to get the better pick and then retool the team in the offseason. That's what I would do. And we could easily do that. We could trade Uyghur and replace him with either Parekh. Like, Parekh is a 0. So maybe this does something. I'm going to try this going into next video, because I think we're going to trade Uyghur. So I'm going to leave that. But, like, Parekh can play there for this rest of this year. And then we can use Parekh to replace Uyghur. He has enough trade value to fetch us something that could step in. And realistically, because Levshinov, like, this is the D pairing I want. Even Parekh has a 0 on the second pair, so there you go. Like, Levshinov and Arsene is the D pair I want going into the future. I think it's a solid D pair. They're both medium elites. They should both grow into top 2 defensemen. And then you can even, like, we can trade Byram. Byram's got 6.725. We trade Byram for somebody a little bit cheaper and trade Parekh for somebody who's going to be around that same cost as Byram. And then you've redone your whole D-core. You keep Chatfield, and then you just need to bring in a top 6 defenseman. And then offensively, I would ask Huberdeau to waive. If he waives, trade him, because his value is never going to be higher than it is right now. I would trade Kempe, and I would just go McKenna, Medvedov, Coronado on the first line. Move Neighbors up to the second line. Like, just play the younger guys higher up in the lineup. And again, whatever I trade away, I'll make sure I bring in value that I can use to replace them in the offseason. The last thing I want to take a look at is just the pending free agents. Obviously, this can change, but gives us an idea of what's going to be available. we can't do it where it's only showing us the unrestricted. But like Robertson's going to be unrestricted more than likely at 26. You have Panarin. We have Quinn Hughes, Sam Bennett, Zegras, Nikishin, Raquel. There's Malkin, Crosby, McMichael. Like, there's options. Like, this, obviously this can change. Like, some of these guys will retire and some of them will re-sign with their teams. But this is poised to be a very good free agent class. We could go into this and try to free up as much money as possible and then throw 15-16 mil at Quinn Hughes if he's still available. He can play the right side, or Arsene can play the right side, and then that's an incredible pairing. And remember, Levshunov is affordable enough that he can play the second pair. And then you're just trading Byram for somebody a little bit more affordable. So there's options, guys. Like I said, my idea would be to tear it down and then rebuild it in the offseason. Let me know what you guys think. I'm really disappointed with how the team is performing, but at least some of the younger guys are taking steps. Like Medvedov is breaking out. McQueen's getting valuable experience. Huberdeau is staying at that around point per game, so his value stays high. Like, there are some pluses. It's just not what we wanted. So let me know your thoughts down below on what we should do. Thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm super excited for the finish this series out and bring it into NHL 26. I might ramp up the amount of videos in this series as we get closer to 26, just to try to get some sense of closure, like winning a Stanley Cup or something. That would be cool to end this series on a strong note like that. Let me know what you guys think. Sorry that this year is not going how we planned, but hopefully we can build it back up to be even better next year. Make sure you like, subscribe, and YouTube. We'll see you in the next one.